Hats, horses and celebrities can only mean one thing in Cape Town, and that's the J&B Met. Without doubt, the J&B Met is one of Cape Town's premier social events, attracting colourful displays of couture fashion and some serious horse betting. The theme for this year's event was larger than life, and over 50,000 people gathered at Kenilworth Racecourse for an event that has become synonymous with both high-stakes betting and some serious bling. Sponsored by J&B for 34 years, the annual J&B Met is a calendar event for those in horse racing and the social scene. The scale, organization and planning that goes into an event like the J&B Met takes months of meticulous preparation from the sponsors, the event coordinators and Gold Circle.
Well, we start early in the year, around about April of last year, I should say. We get a committee together, various role players, the sponsors get involved, the operational people from Gold Circle get involved. We get together as a planning committee and we plan the event down to the finest detail that we possibly can. And with that, we introduce all the themes for the event, the larger-than-life theme this year. We look at how we can maximize the theme within the experience for people coming to the race day. We look at all the racing side of the event as well to make sure that we'll have a really exciting racing, because that's obviously the important part from a Gold Circle point of view. And we work flat out until we get to this day and all of a sudden it's over. So we have the most amazing time building up to the event. And then it all comes together when the gates open at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning and the people start pouring in, and through the day it just gets better and better and better.
The J&B Met sponsorship of the event runs into the tens of millions of rand, making the Met singularly the largest global event sponsorship for J&B worldwide. For Brandhouse, being part of an iconic horse racing event in South Africa is strategic partnership.
I think the big thing that works for us, horse racing in South Africa, this is a crazy country about sport, but soccer is very cluttered, rugby is very cluttered, cricket is very cluttered. Horse racing is not that cluttered from an advertising perspective. We do this in February, at the end of January, so it's quite a quiet period. None of the kind of big sports other events have happened. So I think we've hit the sweet spot, like end of January, beginning February, before the Super 15, all the big events happen. And, you know, as you can see, I always say people vote with their feet, 50,000 people, it just shows that they're enjoying themselves, have a great day, and it's a great social event in South Africa, not even in South Africa, but in Cape Town, obviously.
The popularity of the Met has grown over the years and made the sport of horse racing more accessible to the public. In some instances, it's helped demystify a day at the races.
From a point of view of introducing people to the experience of racing, a lot of people that come to the Met it'll be their first time at a race day. They love it, they have such a good time, and hopefully that'll bring them back to future race days. And it's very much about building the brand of a good, positive race day experience, and with that, building the brand of our sponsor, J&B.
Held each year in January, the J&B Met is a welcome start to the annual racing calendar and a welcome income boost for an otherwise sluggish fashion and retail period. In Cape Town alone, fashion sales in and around the J&B Met can total 18 million rand. But in spite of the perceived good that the Met brings to the local economy, the proposed new alcohol and advertising legislation could see brands like J&B being prohibited from entering into large-scale event sponsorship agreements, threatening the very brand associations that make events like this one so unique.
I think it is some room for cause for concern. Having said that, we are in a contract situation with J&B for the next couple of years, so we don't have an immediate problem. But it's going to be interesting to see how this legislation unfolds, because without the support of sponsors like a J&B, it's extremely difficult to host an event of this status and this stature without that kind of sponsorship support. I would very much hope that there's a way around the legislation in terms of brands like J&B, where we're really promoting a lifestyle, not necessarily just the pure drinking aspect of it. And I would really hope that we can look at ways of continuing this fantastic relationship we have with Brandhouse.
But fashion and politics aside, the heroes of the day were certainly the horses, who were battling it out for the top prize. All eyes were on Pocket Power, the J&B Met's champion, who with 3 wins under his belt could make a 2011 win a beautiful final race.
It's a very emotional day for myself and everybody who's closely connected to Pocket. And he's got an army of fans out here who are here to support him, I know, as we all are. It's very emotional for us. As you know, it's his last run today. But we're quietly hopeful and I suppose confident. You know, he's won out of his 4 J&B Met, he's won 3 and come third in 1. So we're expecting a big run from him today.
For Bernard Feihab, this race was a chance to give Pocket Power's last race his best fighting chance.
We're both going to be at our best in the finish, and yeah, all in all, I think the race is going to be run at quite a sedate pace, and it's going to be a good race. It's going to be a competitive race. I think you're going to probably find a whole lot of horses at the finish quite close.
And the 2011 J&B Met did not disappoint, with its fair share of unexpected surprises, as Pocket Power's desire for a first-place win was claimed by Passmaster. And after the final races, it was time for the celebrations, or perhaps sorrows depending on your betting position. It was time to eat, drink and be merry. And for this first-time visitor, the J&B Met was an incredible day out.
I think it's a very fabulous event. I think it gives everyone an opportunity to dress up, to look pretty, to come here and network and socialize. I think they've done a swell job with the setup. The food is divine, the people are pleasant. It's just an overall awesome experience.
And for this trendy regular, the J&B Met has always been a chance to showcase his personal style.
I'm one person who's not so much into like following the theme, but I always like to dress smart and just try and fit in. So for me, larger than life, it was about being bold. It was about being anything that's very like in your face.
As the 2011 J&B Met drew to a close, it remained without doubt a glamorous occasion to what has become one of the best racing parties of the new season.